Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous superstar Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of January 2023. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. And it is going to be on the 6th of the month that we will have this month's new moon. And that new moon is taking place at the foundation of your chart. And this is about understanding home and the foundations of your life differently in some way. This is a full moon, so it brings with it a sense of awareness, but also change. It is closure, after all, that is indicated here. But we've also got a sense of newness. This is overall a fortunate energy. We've got this full moon speaking in harmony with Uranus, which does suggest the opportunity to cultivate meaningful change and feeling fortunate as a result. It is Neptune speaking in supreme harmony with this full moon, and that brings with it a dreamy and hopeful quality as well. And then we've got Mercury across the sky, and that does suggest that this can be one of those moments that might feel as if it is your interactions with other people that in some way are taking you within, bringing you back home. And perhaps even for a small percentage of Aries out there, it could be that as a result of your interactions with another person, you feel as if you want to cultivate a feeling of safety within yourself. Regardless, though, whether these foundations of your life involve your living situation, very possible here, whether it's buying, selling, moving, attracting a new roommate, these matters might come into focus now. But remember, it's a full moon. It brings things to culmination, but also Mercury is retrograde right to the 18th of this month as well. And so, as a general principle, it's a good idea not to sign contracts or get into really binding agreements if at all possible. But of course, you want to trust your life. Now, the foundations of your life might also include your family of origin, your parents in particular. And so, this might be a time when you're more focused on family, and there could be a sense of moving forward, some positive developments and hopeful change that could transpire now that helps you to feel that much more present and that much more grateful at a time like this. Now, the foundations of your life might also be related to something like a home-based business or working with homes. And if that's the case, this can be a time of opportunity and a sense of possibility and even prosperity as well. It can be one of those times when you are finding yourself that much more able to do what it is that you want and make changes and feel creative, helping you to take the lead towards the work that you desire to produce. Now, as we navigate forward, the 12th of the month is when your ruling planet Mars will officially go direct. This is so massive for you. It's huge. Your ruling planet going direct means that something within you feels as if it's able to now move forward. This direct motion is indicating that throughout this month, because Mars is traveling so slowly, slowly standing still, slowly going direct, that really Mars is at the height of its power now. And this is in a part of the sky for you that has to do with synchronicity, being in the right place at the right time. In your case, being in the right place at the right time, connecting with the right person, it seems to feel as if you have a physical response. It stirs you deeply. It wakes you up in some way. It could stir your passions, but also you might want to be mindful of any anger that stirs at this time as well. I'm sorry to say, but it does happen very likely as a result of an interaction you might have with another person, possibly a sibling, cousin, or neighbor. That is one possibility. But again, the overall principle of synchronicity very covered here. And so whether this spurs you to action through inspiration or whether it spurs you to action through frustration, at the end of the day, it's like you get to the same outcome, which is that it is by having a connection to self that you remember something about you. And as you do that, where you didn't realize you were stagnant, now you truly feel like you're able to move forward. Now, as we navigate further, the 22nd of the month is when we will have this month's new moon. And there are a few things that are rather distinct about this new moon. I love that it's in a social part of your sky. So this tends to emphasize friendships and getting together with other people. By this point, Mercury will be newly direct as well. So it can feel that much easier to connect with others and not have that sense of mixed messages necessarily. And of course, with that Mercury retrograde happening at the top of your sky, it's like you may be feeling like you have to go back and forth on a matter related to your career or the larger goals you have. And so, this energy of this new moon should be a nice change and will help you to feel like it's that much more easier to connect with others, whether it's new people or established friendships as well. However, there's a couple of things happening right around the same time that I think is rather remarkable. It's going to emphasize the energy of this new moon that much more. And so at this new moon, speaking in harmony with Jupiter in your sign, right, that connection in and of itself is very hopeful. It's you feeling a sense of potential and possibility and excitement and a sense of motivation as well to move towards some bigger opportunities and new potentials that could be inspired within you now as a result of whom you know or the people that you're meeting now, which is all very exciting. But here's the thing, right around the same time, under the light of that new moon, we do have Venus and Saturn meeting in the same part of the sky. And that suggests that, this is one of the most consequential moments in love of the year. And we're starting the year with it. And it's, again, in the same sign. This energy of Aquarius is where all this is taking place, that friendship part of your sky. And as much as there is a love understanding of this, which I'll talk about in just a moment, understand that it is this that's going to help you to get really honest about what's happening within certain alliances and your participation within a group. You're looking at it in stark terms and realizing what it is and how it is that you want to move forward or not. And also, you're very aware of whatever obligations may lie should you choose to take on new group endeavors at this time. The key word with Saturn tends to be sacrifice, being aware of what the sacrifice is. Is it worth it? For whatever you sacrifice, what do you gain? That is part of the honest evaluation taking place at this time. But the other is, again, under the light of this new moon, Uranus goes direct. And Uranus is the ruling planet of the sign that the new moon is in. And all of that is to say, there's this sense of awakening that's that much more likely. And so much of what's lit up now ultimately does take you back to understanding your alliances with other people, but also understanding the higher hopes and wishes that you have for your life. Something must change where it comes to the people that you're aligned with. There is a desire now for sincere friendships that are rooted in honesty and clarity. The fact that Uranus, as modern ruler of the sign that the new moon is in a financial part of your sky, I would say that friendship and money, where it is that has become uncertain or convoluted or lent itself to maybe wondering how true or honest certain alliances are, all of that becomes very clear to you around this new moon as well. And where friendships are strong, this is a brand new chapter and excitement of what's ahead. But where it is that they are not, and especially where money has made a friendship perhaps not as straightforward, well, a lot of this energy says that you are getting very clear and deciding what new alliances are for you and whether or not certain friendships are truly for you as well, navigating forward from here. Now, where it comes to matters of love, it is at the very beginning of the month, right, of the year as well, that we are going to have Venus move into that same friendship part of your sky. And as Venus steps in here, love and friendship become intimately tied for you in some way. And then, of course, we get to that new moon and we get to Venus meeting Saturn. This is going to represent an incredibly important moment. On the lead up to that, Venus is going to speak with Uranus. It's one of these very surprised but possibly uncomfortable days as well in the context of love for a lot of us out there. For you, because love and friendship are mixed, it could be the influence of social situations and friendships on your love life that come into focus, or perhaps there's a sense that something could be developing with someone that you have considered a friend. So, for those of you open to meeting someone new, and so I see the energies working out a couple of different ways. It could be that a friend wants to connect you with somebody, perhaps spending time with friends ends up creating the space in which meaningful connections can take place with other people as well. But for all that, remember, if it is that you decide to turn a friend into more, what that actually entails, like what the truth is of that, why are you doing that, but also what's involved, what are you giving up to take that on? I think that starts to become that much more clear as we get to the middle and later part of the month as well, helping you to understand whether or not this really is worth pursuing as a romantic alliance. At the same time, though, I will say it's possible that it feels as if your friends are not as supportive about where it is you're hoping to go in love. And then it's going to be up to you to decide what that means for the friendship, whether there's truth there, or whether it is perhaps that how they have an opinion about your love life. Well, it could inspire you in some way to explore and be open to other alliances as well. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, again, friendship and love being intimately tied now, a part of you may be considering how much of a genuine companion this person can be for you. At the same time, though, doing social things together is likely to take on greater importance, and wanting to spend time together that allows a sincere growth of friendship may be important to you as well. I would be mindful, of course, of friends or groups that you're involved in having a certain opinion about this person. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide whether or not this is someone to navigate forward with. And for those of you in an established bond, well, I think one layer of understanding to the energy is how much do you want to um, create that safe space between you and your partner? That full moon at the foundation of your chart will likely indicate a desire to spend time alone with your partner, kind of close the door and cultivate the connection that the two of you share. And perhaps the change in living situation might involve having your partner as part of your space that much more, navigating forward from here. For all that, though, of course, yes, friendship and love are intimately tied. Those alliances that are strong, it is now that a deeper sense of friendship can be cultivated. But also possible here is a need to be aware of where it is that the relationship may need to have its own space outside of the opinions of others, particularly friendships, but also where it is perhaps that that isn't the case. It's the friendships that need to be protected from the influence of the partner. Your situation is going to be uniquely your own, but that may be part of the sacrifice reality check that you may be engaging in, especially as we move into the second part of the month. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a valuable and meaningful astrological moment. I love how the energy now is one of you feeling that much more hopeful in a sense, where it is that we have that new moon and Venus and Saturn for that matter. That is a part of the sky that has to do with hope. It's lofty. It has to do with the higher hopes and wishes that you have for your life as well. Considering that there's that openness now of wanting to at least align with a sense of an understanding of where it is that even bigger blessings may find you, well, the intention itself ensures that you start to align with those blessings in that much more a practical and real and rewarding way. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate. Now, higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Link is in the description below. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.